How can you as a man stop overreacting when she gets defensive with you? And your goal here now is to be able to earn her respect for your lead, right? Now you're here right now because you feel very tired and you feel tired of losing your cool every single time she gets defensive. And you know for a fact that this is now erasing her respect for you after how well you're providing. So on one hand, you're doing all the right things. You are providing well financially. You are taking care of your bills. You're taking care of your duties as a man. You're there. You're protected. You're doing the right things on this side. But then every time you react emotionally to her reaction, you're losing more and more respect because she's not seeing you as the man that's safe, that's steady, that's calm under the pressure, right? And this is where you're lacking right now, what we have to fix in this video, all right? Because right now it's costing you a lot. Whenever you overreact, you're losing that respect, right? And you're losing your own sense of leadership, sense of calm, sense of control and peace in your own home. All right. So this video is very clear. It's for men like yourself who are providers and in committed relationships or marriages. And you want to be trusted and respected in your home, not just at work. All right. Now, who am I? Again, my name is Coach Raf, and this is probably your first time, your second time, or maybe your 20th time watching me directly. And I'm a relationship coach for men like yourself who provide well financially for their women. But you want to be now the go-to man in your relationship, especially emotionally and during conflict, okay? Now, in this video, we're going to break down clearly the three biggest mistakes you're making right now that when she gets defensive and why you do them, why it's costing you, and also, most importantly, how to actually solve them properly and fix it. All right. Now, point number one, which is crucial. Number one is that you tend to over explain when she gets defensive. Big no no. We got to stop doing that. Why? Because it's making you it's making your words seem as though it's not correct or not certain or not truth, right? When you have to over explain, it gives the illusion that what you're saying is not correct or it's not truth or I shouldn't even follow. All right. So when she gets defensive, you start over explaining, justifying, trying to get her to see your side, see your point, hear what you have to say. But you know, in actuality, what's happening is that she doesn't understand you. And it takes longer for her to understand you. All right. Because you want to just fix the tension right there and then. And you think more words equals more clarity. But in actuality, it equals more chaos, more confusion, more issues. All right. And what's costing you right now is that instead of her understanding you and coming to you and saying, hey, you know, I get it. I get it. I see where you're coming from. She's now repelling. She's going away. She feels the pressure, right? And now you're looking more insecure in the relationship. And her respect for your leadership is decreasing. All right. So what do you as a man have to do about this? It's very simple. I want you to be comfortable enough stating what you have to say once, keeping it short, under 15 seconds. All right. Now, why are you having this problem doing this? It's because typically you're trying to get things done in the moment. What you should be doing is buying yourself time in that moment. If you don't have an answer, if you're not entirely sure how to make it concise, then be okay with saying, hey, you know what? Now it's not a good time right now. Let's talk about this tomorrow. Let's talk about this tonight. Let's talk about this in a couple of hours. And you give yourself the time to intentionally understand what it is you're trying to say and get it down to 15 seconds or less, right? Why? Because the shorter your points to her and whatever you're trying to say, the quicker she's going to be able to process it. Imagine trying to process a long 3-hour talk of what you're doing right now. We're talking for 3 hours back and forth, explaining the same point over and over again, and then trying to process that. As opposed to me saying a 15-second point, saying what I have to say off my chest, very clear to the point, and allowing her the time to process it. How much faster do you think she'll come back to you? 3 hours or 15 seconds? Do you see where I'm going with this? This is why I want you to get more clear and concise and buy yourself more time to go and figure out what it is you really want and come back to her with a clear, concise decision. Yeah. Now, point number two. This is a big one. Some of you guys may call this, right, matching her energy, right? I want you to stop matching her energy. In other words, stop getting defensive back, right? Stop going tit for tat. You're the man of the relationship. Don't follow her lead down a path of immaturity or a path of, in other words, being very feminine. We don't want to do that, okay? Because what's happening here is that what I see is that she is defensive and you match her energy. You raise your voice. You get sarcastic, right? And then from there you shut down because she's not hearing you either, right? And there's a loop you guys are going through. And you do this because you personally feel attacked by her, right? And you want to protect your ego, protect your pride, protect your manhood, right? And you're tired of feeling misunderstood. And what it's costing you right now as a man is that it's costing you the respect in that relationship because the arguments keep on escalating more and more. And you both begin to feel unheard in that relationship. And you're losing what I call is your calm authority. All right. Now, what do you as a man have to do about this? The way I see it is like this. Number one, you have to almost expect her reaction. I know you don't like hearing this, right? But I want to remind you, you are the man in the relationship. So you have to choose which way you want to go. Do you want to follow her down the path of this back and forth defensiveness, or do you want to be the man that's going to say, hey, we're not going this way anymore? And then from there, she's going to follow you. Yes, she's going to react to what you have to say. She's a human being. She's a woman. It's natural. It's feminine. She's going to react to what you have to say, right? Especially if it's something new you're doing right now, or a new pattern change, or something, a new boundary you're trying to give her, right? She's going to react. But what you do next is you do not match her energy. You do not go back and forth with her on the topic. Embrace the fact that she's a woman and you are a man. You want to say it's not fair? Yes, it's not fair because you are the man and she is the woman. I want you to step up to that place of saying, I'm going to begin to lead her emotionally in these tense moments and not succumb to going back and forth with her. You should have enough have confidence in what you said and let it sit and allow the time to pass so that she can process what you have to say. Because the more words you put in, the more you defend back, the more you're trying to get her to see your point in that moment, you're losing time, you're losing ground. Be comfortable with the tension in the moment. Be comfortable with the conflict that you're having right there. Because if you move away from the situation and you come back to it in time, she's going to hear it exactly what you have to say instead of having to hear you being defensive and you lashing back out and you trying to get her to see things, right? She's going to hear exactly what you have to say clear as day, as long as you give her that space. Okay. Number three, I want you to stop apologizing to just end the tension. That's a big one, man. Because I noticed that you're doing this. You do this because you're saying sorry, right? And you're saying sorry just to end the argument. Even when you know for a fact, you're thinking to yourself, what the hell did I even do in the first place? Why am I even apologizing? I'm just apologizing just to keep the peace at this point. And this is not helpful at all to your relationship, right? You do this because I understand, I see you, I understand you're doing this because you want the peace. You want to get back to normal. You want to focus on your work again, right? Because whenever there's no peace, whenever there's problems in a relationship, you can't focus on work, right? And it's making things harder for you at the job, at your career, in your business. It's making things harder for you. I understand. And you're at a place right now where you have to understand this. When you do this, when you apologize to her, just to end the tension, it's causing her to see you as weak. And it's not a shot at your ego, shot at your character. This is just a fact. It's what's happening in that moment. She's looking at you and seeing you as weak or weaker. And I want you to become strong because right now what's happening is that all you're doing is building up more and more resentment. You're apologizing and suppressing the actual issue. And then from there, after a while, you tend to lose your cool. You lose your calm in the moment. And you start to feel as though you're walking on these eggshells. You can't say what you have to say. You don't feel as though like you're in a relationship that is duality to it, right? It feels very one-sided in your from your point of view. And this is what's killing your respect, man. And if you can just shift this around and stop apologizing right away and start to actually hold your frame during the tension, it's going to shift things in a more positive way in your relationship. All right. Now, again, per usual, if you're saying to yourself right now that you're the man that's committed, you're in a committed relationship, and you're married, either one of those two, and you're providing well financially right now already, you're doing all the right things in the relationship, but now you're ready to actually provide well emotionally. I want to give you an opportunity to work with me directly. Now, I only hold 5 spots every single month for 5 men who are ready and saying that they actually want to understand this. They want to grow with this and actually want to fix this with clear, practical steps that can actually be applied right away. If that's you right now, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to join my program. It's called the Man of Calm Authority. All right. And the key here is to help you stop overreacting and start leading with what I call calm authority in your relationship. If that's you, go down below, press the link in the bio there, and from there, book a call with me directly, and we'll have a talk about how I can help you directly. All right. That's common.